Welcome back to the House Dungeons & Dragons game of Beardsgaard Barbers, brought to you by the magic potions of our house brand, River Peak Apothecary. Last episode, you arrived in the town of Thon, had some stew, had some sleep, and awoke to the sparkly and mysterious offering day. Once it became clear that the townsfolk have intended for Zaith to be the centerpiece of this year's offering to the Lady of the Mountain, you were understandably alarmed, and you were ready to make a break for it, until you realized that they also intended to leave you unattended with a large amount of valuables and treasury things and another Lady of the Mountain. You decided that didn't sound like a bad deal. Once you got inside the mountain, you met Fulcorin, who was last year's offering, and he took you to meet his friends and family, though he didn't mention that it included 2 ancient crystal dragons, plus a younger dragon. Some of the slacker offerings from other years, and so much treasure inside a mountain that is made out of star diamond. But now Mama Dragon wants to decorate with all of the new treasure, and you've been conscripted into the fun. And that's where we pick up our story for tonight. You have arrived, you've met everybody, and I'd say it's probably still early afternoon at this point. So, what are you all doing?
A dragon, nice words.
It's just, that's it.
So what are we? I will go up to Mama Ancient Rock Dragon.
Mama Dragon.
Sorry, Crystal Dragon, and be like, so what exactly are we decorating? Like this entire space, or is there like a space, or a planning hall, or what do we do?
So she says, I'm very, very excited that you're enthusiastic about this. We need to sort all of this into different things to find out what's going to go best where. So any gems and jewelry over on this side, anything that is wearable can go over here. We have a few statues that we can adorn down this way, and any other like fabrics and furs we use for making the beds a little more comfortable.
I have a jeweler's kit, so I will pull out one of those like eyeglasses things and just sit in amongst the gems and start sorting for her.
Is everybody around here decorating, or is like Karu doesn't seem like the type to
Karu is had like climbed up a portion of the inner chamber wall and is now just perched up along this like almost sling-looking ledge.
Okay.
It's just hanging out.
Is there a way to climb up there myself?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Nope. Yeah, 3.
From what you can see in there, like, there's a few small outcropped ledges of this, but most of it's pretty sheer and it actually tapers inward as you go up. And you're thinking to yourself, no. Definitely not. No good footholds or anything like that anywhere. The only thing that you can see is there's from the central chamber, pathways that go off one on either side that lead into other chambers. And then there's the main tunnel that you came from, and then another one on the other side that leads out of the mountain towards Svartalfheim.
Okay. I'm going to find Amrix. And
Sure.
I'm going to walk up and be like, I think it would be a great idea to have a conversation with Karu. He mentioned how he likes to eat the creatures, and maybe he could have some insight as to fighting large amounts of them, and maybe even be willing to give us a hand getting into Svartalfheim. But I'm gonna leave. He seems to be relaxing right now, and we'll talk later. And then I'm gonna go help Zaith.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to do is just help. Take the furs.
Start gathering bits and pieces.
Start putting piles.
As you start to sort things out into piles, if the piles get a little too large, some of the other the kids come by the offerings from the previous year and gather some other loads up and bring it over into its requisite areas.
Are all the other sacrifices, are they all giant pigs as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They help for I'd say about an hour until everything has been sorted and moved off and away, and then I'm just kind of like, all right, we're gonna go hang with Mal, and you see the whole group of them mosey on and make their way to one of the side chambers. Miog says, just don't forget, dinner's at sundown.
Can I run after them real quick, just before they...
Sure.
Okay. Hey guys. Just real quick, so you've been here for previous, decoratings?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Have you noticed any patterns as to, what's most well-received?
Mel thinks about it for a moment. He goes, I'd say the thing that my mom likes the most tends to be the jewelry. Anything that sparkles with the light tends to make her very, very happy. Otherwise, anything really. There doesn't seem to be much of a pattern outside of, gems and crystals.
Do you think that we should, would it be better, do you think, if we, adorned your mother? Or do you think it's best to adorn the room?
I don't think anybody's ever asked that question before.
Okay.
You can see the other, the offerings just kind of start whispering among themselves. Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah?
I think she would like it.
Okay. I mean, I know that essentially we have to impress, what's the name of the head of the
Lady of the Mountain.
Oh, the Lady of the Mountain.
Yeah, because isn't the Lady of the Mountain is the one who judges it, right?
Or the person of the mountain.
The spirit of the mountain is really more of just we have an agreement. They enjoy our ability to keep the mountain safe. And control the flow of how many people actually come in here, because otherwise it gets too crowded and not very sociable. I've never seen anybody get a blessing from the mountain, but my mom has. I think she said only a couple of times.
So if your mom and dad are happy, the spirit of the mountain is happy.
I guess.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Thanks for your help.
When you guys want to come hang out for a little bit and play some games or something until dinner? I guess. I mean, you don't have to.
No,
saying,
I would love to. I don't know if we need to have everything decorated before dinner or not.
No, it's pretty much you're pretty much good. But if you wanted to do a fashion show and sparkle my mom up, that'd be, We might have to sit in for that, but we got to go and grab a few things first,
Okay.
and then we'll come back.
Oh.
Fashion show.
Okay.
Fashion show.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna run back and relay that maybe we should adorn.
Miog.
Yeah. With all the jewelry.
Do we want to do like a tiara, and a centerpiece for her chest, a ring? What do we think?
Yes.
Right.
All of it.
To make this thing.
So
Yes
we also
to
have
those
think about
things.
the fact that you said Miog is also an ancient dragon.
Yeah, she's a crystal dragon.
Well, yeah, that's the fact that she's. That's a big tiara. We're gonna need to make sure we have the supplies for that.
Material-wise,
Yeah.
through the stuff that was brought up with you and the previous offerings, you have enough material to fashion just about anything you want.
Okay, cool.
Outside of full plate armor for a dragon, which is unnecessary.
No, I don't.
But you can make tiaras, chains, some kind of
because we could.
assorted jewelry.
What if we also made something for Karu?
Yeah, I
He
was
doesn't
thinking
seem
that
like
too.
He's the most he doesn't want to be fashionable, but something that
I think it'd be really cool if we had a giant furred white shawl which sits on him with a big giant stone in the middle.
Yeah.
almost like a representation of strength.
Yeah.
I would Barrick would gladly take the helm on that if you guys want to focus on Miog.
All right.
Something that shows that rawr, big strong man.
Okay.
Dragon.
So over the course of a couple hours of gathering the materials and starting to fashion things, and you're all pulling different stuff. Zaith, since you've got the jeweler's kit, and you'll be doing a lot of the main thing, you start leading the rest of the group. I need you to make a check with your jeweler's kit.
Okay.
Dex and proficiency, probably. Amazing. With advantage because everybody's helping. And then the three of you will need either a wisdom or dexterity checks, depending on what you're working on. If you're going to work on actually fashioning things together, or if you're going to be more in the conceptual side of how to put the things together. So you get to choose which one you want to do.
I'm going to be doing a bunch of climbing around to put stuff
So,
where it needs to go.
Measurements and stuff like that. Okay.
So my idea would be, I would make it's not necessarily a tiara, but more like a headpiece that kind of dangles down.
Okay.
And so when she moves, it catches the light and everything.
Ooh.
So it's kind of around her horns, and then it kind of goes down a little bit, and then in the middle of it, in the middle of the forehead, would be the biggest diamond I could possibly find. That's
Okay.
actually, and then I can cut it and shape it.
Okay.
And then I rolled a 19.
Yes.
Nice.
So for Karu, I want to find one of the largest, palest colored pelts
Okay.
to fashion almost like a shawl. But
Yeah, you find a good amount of white or mostly white with
Yeah.
flecks of grays or browns in it.
and then I want to make it so that it comes into where it connects is a large amethyst or a card, some really sturdy gemstone.
Okay.
And you rolled poorly last time, so this will be a 30-20.
All right. And then Picus.
Is this with advantage or no?
So is this you're kind of climbing around trying to position?
So I'm whatever basically Zaith needs, I'm going to climb around and put it where it needs to
Okay.
go.
Yeah. So that's just a straight roll then.
10.
Okay. Then Amrix, what are you working on?
Whatever needs to be done. Like, I just can help.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, are you working on helping with conceptual design? Are you helping with gathering materials?
I can gather.
Doing measurements on either Miog or Karu?
I can help gather.
Okay. You gotta make a go with a wisdom check.
Oh, God.
See if you can find the right types of materials and everything that they're gonna need.
Wisdom 22.
Woo!
Is that a nat 20?
Nat 20 plus 2.
That's a nat 20.
Damn, buddy.
Just made up for my 10.
Over the course of like sorting everything out, you've like locked it into your mind, you know, where all of those things were, and you remember like, oh yeah, this was over here, this thing was over here, and over a couple hours, you are able to fashion a wonderful headpiece and like mantle, shoulder drape for both Miog and Karu.
And then I'm going to throw a question in there.
Sure.
Okay, so I imagine dragons are like snakes and mold, and so their scales shed. Would that still happen with a crystal dragon? Would those be still crystalline, or would they be dull? Because
make a nature or history check.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, with the two sides.
No.
Two sides of the die.
Oh,
Yeah, so never mind.
in your
Because let me see what my nature is. Nature is a -1, so that'd be
has no
0.
You got scales.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm made out of. What was the other one you said? History? Oh, it's a -1 too. Yeah, so I don't know anything.
so when it comes to dragons, even being a dragonborn, most of your interactions with dragonkind have been of the more chromatic or metallic dragons. Gem dragons are totally foreign to you. You've never come across one before, so this is your first time ever meeting a crystal dragon. So you don't have a point of reference. You don't really see, like, they look like they have scales, but the scales themselves look like crystal and gemstone.
So there's really no advantage. I have no advantage being dragonborn to really know or anything.
Yeah, this is your inaugural time being there.
Can I do one more thing if we have time?
Sure.
I'd like to see if you can make all the kids matching like wristbands, like armbands.
Oh, absolutely.
With like their names kind of like engraved.
Yeah.
And like little, like even like not like the best diamonds, but like little,
Like something. Yeah.
Just they all have one.
Okay.
The mouse is like a little very in advance.
I
That's
would like to try, and this is just on Karu's, and this is trying to like a respect of strength, especially coming from Barrett, and that's like his main thing. A respect of the strength of this dragon. I would like to try to take the skull of the hooked horror that I have and split it in half and use those to attach to the mantle as almost like
little pauldrons. Okay.
That's a 19.
Right on. Amrix, about the scales, you do see around flecks and flakes of gems. It's hard to tell if it's gems that have been shed like scales or if they're pieces of the mountain or maybe a little bit of both. As you sit, you don't really know, but you could always ask. As you get all of your adornments finished and ready to present, Miog announces, "Dinner time!" and comes in with one of the carts. She rolls it into the center of the area, and there's, nothing particularly well arranged. It's just large chunks of meat that have been thoroughly cooked, as well as a small selection of just straight up raw veggies. A very simple meal to give you calories.
Potato.
In our adventures, this isn't the worst we've had. So.
It's probably, yeah.
Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
Yeah, that's what we eat and then present the presents.
After dinner.
Yeah.
Which took maybe 20 minutes. Just great food. Okay, eat.
Are the rest of them like that too?
Yeah, everybody's, hey, this is,
vegetables.
oh man, it's real good. Just like yesterday and every day.
I'll give the headdress to Titus to present to her, because I feel like you would be much better than me.
I don't know if I could carry it, honestly.
Well, I'll carry it. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you probably can carry it.
We need your gift of gab.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I was, while we were eating, I was kind of like, Barrick hasn't really taken note of the other people because I've been distracted by the two dragons. But then I saw Bellin during dinner, I'm just like, alright.
I just want you to present it. I'll carry it and everything.
Okay.
Just more because that's what I would say. I wouldn't say that.
Oh, would you like the purdies? We made you some purdies. You sure got a purdy tiara.
She lights up.
So are we presenting it right now?
Just after dinner and stuff. She just sees you holding this. She's like, where did you find that? That is quite a lovely, lovely piece. Where was this? Was this hiding in the cart
So
with everything else?
we thought that one way to be kind of creative with decorating was that we were thinking, what is the spirit of the mountain? And we thought, we're so grateful to be here in your presence. And we thought, when I think of the spirit of the mountain, I think of Miog and Karu, who have welcomed us into their wonderful, warm home. And so we have made these pieces to show our appreciation for you.
And then I'll pass presentation to me.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't want, so Karu's only has the one.
Oh, no, I'm talking about...
Which is fine, but the other one. But to add flair to the whole, here you go. The sparkles fly across and glitter. You can see them reflect on her eyes. And she's just, that is just the sweetest thing that anybody's ever done. And she kind of looks over at the other kids and just, and I thank you so much. This is truly, truly wonderful. And Karu, say thank you.
And I think
Thanks.
Barrick can better explain the piece for Karu.
Yeah. At this point, Barrick is going to kind of turn the charm on a little bit, as he can do. He's going to walk up and first gesture to the pieces for Miog and go, as we sat there looking upon the pile, we noticed all of these beautiful crystals and gemstones, and for you, we wanted to make a piece that accentuates the beauty that you present not only physically but also from within yourself. And then I'm going to motion card, and your piece I made my special project because you have this silent strength about you, and as a man who appreciates that more than anything, I wanted to make this for you, and I'm going to present it and be like, the amethyst is one of the strongest of all the gemstones, and on the shoulders is the pieces of the skulls from one of the hardest enemies I ever had to fight. And I tore its head off with my bare hands, and I figure no other place would be as fitting for that skull to sit than upon your mighty shoulders.
As you're going across the different things about all of that, it was the moment that you say that you tore the head off with your own hands. That's when you see the moment that he goes, oh. 'Cause before that, he was just zoned, right? But well, that's quite a gift. I respect it. I don't know what else to do about it, though. I wear this.
You wear it, yes. I'll gladly help you put it on. If you want.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Just make your shoulders look cool.
Yeah, and so the
Just gives
amethyst, it almost locks into the scales on his chest, and then the skull sits, on the shoulders, and then it goes back.
We'll get the kids bracelets.
Yeah.
Or the armbands, I guess.
All of them are just like, oh man, oh, cool. Listen, sick.
Righteous.
As Karu puts it on, I also, Barrett wants to go, I get this gift as a token of appreciation, but also as a hope that maybe you could give us some insight upon what awaits us in Svartalfheim, and maybe see if you were looking for a good fight yourself. Not against me, against whatever's out there. I know you said you find them particularly delicious.
Well, they do taste good. But if you're looking to get out into Svartalfheim, you're going to need your wits about you. It's not easy to walk across. I can give you a rough layout of the terrain. I can give you some insight on some paths to take that'll get you to where you're going. I don't give rides. And if you're looking for help for this fight, I can meet you there.
That would be all the help we could get. Gladly accept. I would like to roll a history and see if Varric kind of knows exactly what happened in Svartalfheim, or
Sure. I'd say either history or religion.
let's make that religion. That's cute. Dirty 20.
You've been familiar with the stories of what happened in Saltsteppes and how it shaped the world as what it is. Long ago, centuries ago, there was an attempt to, by kind of a novice, to perform a ritual that allowed the ebb and flow of the seasonal changes, and it went horribly wrong and caused a massive blight across the land. over time, things have been mostly restored, but the brunt of that impact in Svartalfheim has left it a near desolate wasteland. It is wrought with mutated creatures who have evolved to live in that land, monsters, all types of storms, just treachery. Not many people go up into there, at least not up as far as the northern half. There are some settlements in the southern portions that people still deal with, but even down there, some of that blight has remained and is still felt.
I think that we should, if we're able to, take the night here to prepare for the journey that awaits us. But what does everybody else think? I think the longer we stay here, the worse it could be when we get out. That already sounds like it's pretty bad.
I'm just gonna ask, so does Karu know where the Saltsteppes are, like where we're going? Has he been that far north, or?
I usually don't go that close to the tear, but I know where it is.
How long do you think it would take you to get there, just so if we're going to call you, and then I don't call you, and then you don't show up, you know what I mean? Not saying that you wouldn't show up immediately, but
I understand.
that way I can prepare better.
From within Tinnaben, we can see pretty far. The lens of the mountain and the diamonds within it allow our vision to extend many, many miles.
Oh, so you'll just be there.
Keep an eye on you.
Cool.
Can I see that far?
Come with me. He brings you into the other, like one of the other side chambers. The walls of it itself is, star diamond, just as the rest of the mountain, and there's almost like a multi-faced pattern in it's like you're standing inside of a fly's eyeball, right? So you got all these different planes of diamond, and each one looks off into various directions. And from where you stand, it's almost like a master control board with screens that you can look out across different areas, different lengths of distance. Some, within just a few miles, some several miles. Whatever you see at your distance, I can see farther. Learned how to work with the mountain.
But I will ask him to point out where the tear is at and see how far I can see.
He points to one of the panes, and as you look at it, it's faint at this distance. You can see the tear, but the scope of it, I'd say, is maybe about 2-3 feet across, and it just looks like just a blank salt flat on the bottom half, and then you see the gaw on the top half, and it just looks like this, like you're staring out at an inverted ocean. But then, just right in the middle, almost the size of a fingernail, you see a large, pink-purple, neon glowing light. He says, that right there, if you were to get up close to it, would be about 30 feet across.
I think I'm kind of...
Yeah.
So guys, it's a giant room upstairs, and look everywhere.
Now,
There's a giant room upstairs.
let's go tell my wife that she looks pretty. Otherwise, I'll never hear the end of it. And heads back down. Joins the rest of you. You're welcome to stay the night, and in the morning, I can have Mal bring you to the pathway and take you out into the forest. And from there, you can
make our way.
Indeed.
Yay!
I'm gonna whisper to Zaith. I wonder when we know if we get a blessing from the spirit of the mountain.
I think it's like an actual, like a ritual that we have. Actually, I have no idea.
Oh.
If one of us disappears in the middle of the night, maybe we'll just take it and sleep
That is not comforting.
Yeah, well, now, yeah.
Don't think I'll be sleeping.
I
Thank you.
can't sleep, so I'm gonna go find the guys.
The other kids.
Yeah.
They're over in Mal's room, sitting around like a central table.
I hope they're smoking.
There's a bit of a haze in the air.
Sure there is.
Best bear box things. So, what are you? I'm going to let you guys know as I leave wherever we're sleeping. I'm gonna go hang out with the dudes for a minute.
Yeah.
Go be a bro for a minute. I'm gonna walk in and be like, so, have any of you ever gone into Svartalfheim yourselves? Oh, thank you. Nothing.
No puff puff pass for you. All right then.
Take a look.
He doesn't inhale.
What's that?
But he doesn't inhale.
Right.
Fair enough. So we're in the other. Are we in the?
You're over in
This-
Mal's room.
Oh, we're okay. We're still in Mal's room. So we're not in the.
You were in the central chamber, or the main chamber, but then after, the presentation and dinner and everything, and said, go about your business. You're welcome to stay the night. It's not necessarily like bedtime, but
Gotcha.
the wind down of the evening.
So is there still people in the main cavern?
Karu has gone back to his chamber. Miog is cleaning up, but also like taking a lot of breaks in between to catch her reflection with the new tiara and just.
Fair enough. Okay.
But Mal and the rest of the gang are just hanging out in his room for a little bit.
Okay.
No, none of us have ever really gone over that way. It's just, I don't know. Don't really wanna. Plus, Karu says it's like super dangerous, and
From what I know, yeah, but
That's
fun.
everybody's got different fun.
Right.
And we like to hang here, and Mal puts on some like shows, and we just get to hang out. It's pretty cool. Sometimes when people do want to leave, they'll head out, but they'll go like directly south, like right away. But you guys are talking about going up towards the wastes, and nah, you couldn't pay me enough to go that far.
Well, it's part of. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna insight on now.
Okay. You were speaking with Kimburn at the moment.
Kimber, okay.
Or he was the one that responded.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll kind of like an insight on Mal to see if he seems like Barrett grew up with a dad who's very hard on it.
Okay.
And let's see if we can maybe connect on that.
Sure.
Roll the insight. So 8.
Dragons and minotaurs, man. It's hard to gauge it.
Right.
You know, different species altogether, different cultures. Overall, he seems like he's pretty well adjusted. He's got friends around. Yeah, it seems like it works.
I'm gonna be like, I mean, that's perfectly acceptable to us to be in a place where you're comfortable and appreciated. But have you ever felt the life leave a creature from your own hands? Just the thrill.
Well, sometimes we get together and we play like games where, like, if I'm fighting against his guy or her, and then like our characters kill each other, like that's pretty cool. But I don't know if I could do that in real life.
Okay. Well, on that note, give me that one more time. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to go to bed because tomorrow it sounds like we have quite the day for us. With going into the desolate wasteland and fighting monsters and whatnot. And I am Barrett's gonna go ahead and leave the room, and he's gonna turn and look at Dale and just be like, and just walk out.
So while Barrick was in the kids' room, I'll go and help Miog, try to tidy up as you will, or as much as he can.
Oh yeah. You're such a darling for helping. Karu used to help me keep this place tidy and clean, and then when Mal came along, it was just work, and keep on cleaning after everything, and I had 2 people to clean up after. And then we started getting offerings, and that was more, it's kind of a hit and miss, Sometimes it's really great, and sometimes they stick around and they're lovely, and I would protect them with all of my might, which, don't let my size fool you, is a lot.
Oh, I am sure you strike me as a very willing and able caretaker and defender of the mountain.
She's a very
Stop.
Speaking of these offerings and everything, and it sounds like it might be burdensome. So if there was anything that I could do to help, relieve the burden of, all of these offerings, I would do anything to help.
Well, I mean, the offerings aren't a burden. It's more about making sure everybody's safe.
Safe from what exactly?
Well, exactly what you're going out to deal with.
To deal with. Okay.
It's been kind of the biggest problem around for a while now, as long as I remember. And if you all think that you can really stop this, that would be incredible. I think you're very brave.
Well, thank you. We are quite brave. We have countered many monsters and come out of it on the other side. So you would be willing to help us with any kind of resources or anything that we need possibly to kind of close the gaw and fight all these monsters.
Sure.
Oh, excellent. Because I do know that, we do need some of those star diamonds.
Absolutely. We have all kinds of diamonds here. Let me go grab some. Right. So as Miog brings a selection of various gems and diamonds out to you, you see that there are not only star diamonds and frost diamonds that you recognize immediately. There's a couple other ones in there that you haven't necessarily come across before. One has this like deep purplish shimmer to it, almost like a reflection of the gaw itself. She hands you and she says, these are twilight diamonds. We got some of those from travelers that were coming from Vanaheim.
They're beautiful.
Wow.
And another one that has a very like prominent green coloration with like flecks of gold in there. Because these are seed diamonds.
Seed?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Do you know anything about those diamonds?
Well, the frost diamonds give you some enhancements to magical capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Star diamonds, as you know, will pull things around a little bit more. Twilight diamonds are very fun. If you can focus in on them enough, it can grant you visions. And if you are in the right conditions, which we haven't figured out those yet, but we've heard some stories from some of our previous offerings that you can tap into the consciousness of the grand timeline.
Whoa. Skirt.
Very, very wild. The seed diamonds, if proper planting and care, will actually grow into trees of plenty. Wow. And this one right here, this is a flame diamond from Muspelheim. Mm-hmm. And she holds it up, and it looks like just a bright, hot, flaming ember. Even has a little bit of warmth to it. These you can use to summon fire.
Yeah, I came across a weapon that has a fire diamond in it.
Oh,
and so it's a fire blade. Oh, it is really amazing. These are wonderful. So, are these all for us, or do we have to pick and choose, or? You've already been so gracious with your hospitality and making us feel at home. I don't want to, take advantage or, No.
These will be for the four of you. Figured 4 diamonds. There's 4 of you. You can use them however you see fit. I have more for myself, so it's okay.
Oh, well, thank you.
I don't mind parting with just a few.
It'll be our little secret. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Wow.
Cool. Let me show you where I've set up some beds for you. Nothing overly fancy, but something comfortable enough so that you can get a good night's sleep. It's going to be a hard road tomorrow.
Well, Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Are you sure there's nothing more we can do to help clean up for the evening? I mean, you've done so much for us. We just want to make sure that, you know, we pull our fair share.
Just be careful, stay alert, and good luck.
Thank you.
Now come in, and you can sleep on this one here, and you get this one here. And I found a blue pelt, so it kind of matches your thing. This one's extra fluffy for you, and we made one nice and long, so you can really stretch out and get comfortable. And she goes and like tucks each one of you in.
Yes.
And gives you like a little pat on the head and a little smooch, and
I'm in heaven.
Just you know, get some good sleep. We'll see you in the morning, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. And
It's asleep, yes.
just,
Is this real life?
We can come back, right? They said we can come back.
Yes, we just can't go back into Jotunheim.
He knows.
Yeah.
I would like to take the Twilight Diamond.
Sure.
And just see if I can identify it and or attune to it. Because I have vampire blood in me.
yeah,
So I was wondering if I could do a thing.
sure. So over the course of your slumber, you just kind of like tuck it a little bit.
I want the seed diamond.
Sure.
If we're divvying those out, can I have the seed diamond?
I didn't know we were divvying them.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought we were
If
going
we
to.
are, I said.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's.
I mean, they're for the group to use.
Yeah, I
So
just
if there's anybody-
she mentioned Vanir when she gave it to us. so
From
that's why.
Vanaheim,
I'm sorry, Vanir.
Yeah.
What is it?
which is where the Vineyard
Oh,
are.
you're close.
So
I got that.
yeah, you got you knew it was up.
There it sounds very low.
You sound like a belly cow.
Alright now. That's just rude.
So from inside the skyscraping mountain of faceted star diamond, you close your eyes, feeling more loved than you have in a long time. For some of you, ever. And as consciousness falls behind your eyes and tumbles into dreams, you feel your mind's eyes sliding backwards as if into a current that flows beyond space and time. And this is what you dream.
Gather round, friends. I can feel you have been searching for me. I can't wait to play with you. You seem like the most fun. I have found the way to visit you. I want my new friends to meet my daddy.
Nope.
Did anyone else see the skull in the background?
No, I 100% saw it.
And that was
Yeah.
so cool. Sorry, that was really
Hashtag dislike.
Bad
Nope.
Hashtag bad night. Bad night.
Is it a mind flare, or is it... Oh my god.
Well, I was so...
You take a moment and process.
So I wake up.
In a cold sweat.
Are we all awake?
I'm assuming we all wake up at the same exact time.
Yeah,
We all go,
Yeah?
I'm...
I just had a crazy dream.
something about a daddy?
What?
What did I smoke? Let's say...
I take out the Twilight Gem and be like, what the fuck? Like grand timeline.
I don't think it was anything you smoked, because I think we all saw it, and you're the only one that partook in?
What? So...
What?
With my knowledge of the arcane,
Sure.
could I, what is...
Can I do a religion?
Sure.
I just want to know, because, like, I know people can, like, take over your mind and all that fun stuff. Can I roll to see if that's what happened to us?
Sure.
Okay.
So you make an Arcana check.
14.
It's gonna be 21.
Okay.
And if we are still being controlled by it, it's kind of what I was more hitting.
So you said religion.
Yeah.
Even at a 21, there isn't like a sense of anything having to do with any kind of religious bend towards this. You know that visions from greater beings can happen, and that is most likely what this was. As far as the arcane elements of this is the closest that you've all gotten to the tear so far. You are inside a mountain that's made out of star diamond that is able to pull things towards you, pick up signals, as it were, and is probably working as an amplifier at this moment.
We need to go.
So I'm guessing we've all explained exactly what we dreamed, and we all realized we dreamed the same dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that those creatures were similar to the creatures that we've already fought.
A lot of similar elements in the physical makeup of them and the types of, like, whatever the origin of these things are. This seems like it's much older, predates anything that you've seen thus far.
Okay.
If these were, the creatures that you fought that have been coming out from the Gaw up until now are the current versions of creatures from wherever they're coming from, the beings that you saw in this dream vision would be akin to, like, the elder gods.
So, who built this Cthulhu? Or the man in yellow?
Kind of a little bit.
I'm trying.
To meet my daddy.
Who's your daddy?
That's an unsettling statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's coming from a literal child.
Within the vision, your perspective that you would have had in there, the younger one, the one that was speaking to you, with the large childlike eyes, would probably be about 25, 30 feet tall. So the daddy is much bigger.
Much bigger.
Real big.
Who built this? Trapped fire elemental.
So I thought they were just using what built this as like a battery.
You weren't really sure what was going on because you weren't privy to like the meetings behind closed doors. You've been getting bits and pieces here and there, but nothing from the source, as it were.
I think we need to go. I think we need to get there. We need to get there quickly.
The dream didn't come until you were well into your rest, so you do get your long rest. You also level up.
Sweet!
Yes.
I'm taking another level in fighter.
So we can grab those things in a moment. And as you get up, gather your things to head out for your journey, Karu is standing near the tunnel that'll lead you out. Gives you a bit of the heads up on where you'll be going, saying after leaving the safety and security of the mountain, you're going to have to travel through Ungol Forest and get to the village of Eglin. If you're stout-hearted enough and don't come across too many setbacks, you can make it there in just about a day, maybe day and a half. And then from there, it's a hard 2 days north to Saltsteppes. So I'll keep an eye out, watch you as you go. As you get close, we will head out and we'll meet you there.
Okay.
Barrack looks like haunted, almost. That was fun. as we are packing this up and getting ready to go, I'm gonna look at Miog and be like, Can I take this blanket?
Of course.
Thank you.
And before we leave, I ask Miog, can I ask for a small token to help us remember the generosity and the lovely experience and time we had here with you and the mountain? And would you possibly be able to just give me a cast-off crystal scale that I can carry with me to remember our time? And I give a wink.
Make a persuasion check.
13.
She reaches up kind of like behind her neck a little bit and scratches just a bit. Breaks off just a small piece, and when she hands it down to you, it's probably about like yay big, about the size of an egg.
Cool.
Not like spherical or anything, but just nice little flat crystal scale shard.
I take it and I bow and then hold it to my heart and thank you. I shall treasure it for my many years.
Just Carl just gives you a little like
Away we go. Thank you.
Let's go. I'm gonna wave at the gang as we walk out. I'm gonna that Not as enthusiastic. I'm
Yeah,
still
it's
pretty,
just like,
fucked in the head. I'm just like, I need to go kill something.
Oh, I think we're going to get to.
Yeah, no. I need something to get my mind off of that.
So, did we put all the diamonds in Picus's bag of holding?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say so.
If possible, I'd like to keep a hold of the Twilight one, just because I'm interested in it.
sure.
That's okay with you guys.
Sure.
I don't think Bear would know that about a bag of holding. The seed diamond in a bag of holding makes me wary. Because bags of holding are notoriously wibbly wobbly when it comes to time. But we'll remember
just
to get to it.
Just a pocket dimension, that's all it is.
I pull it out, it's a tree.
You just open it up.
Alright, so yeah, let's get on the path. Let's go. Let's get to that village. What was that village called again?
Eglin. As you get through the last bits of the cavern, heading out towards Svartalfheim, the crystals and the diamond shape of the tunnel tends to like flex and widen and narrow and widen again. And you can see the opening ahead with daylight. It seems not bright, but overcast. There's almost a haze in the air, and you can smell the like petrified wood as you exit the cave and step foot into Svartalfheim. Taking one last look back down the cavern, and then turning forward again and preparing for your final leg of the journey. As soon as you step out into the edge of Ungol Forest, you hear the buzz from the sending stone. As you pick it up, it's almost like there's a slight delay. And you hear Longhall's voice saying, "Fabric weakening, time coming soon. In my dreams, Bobiltis from beyond the Gaw. I know he who comes for us. 1 week, Saltsteppes."
We're on our way. It's a good thing Longhall knows what is coming after us.
So Longhall, I don't know. He had the same vision as us, it sounds like.
Yeah, but he knows what it is.
We've known the dude's name for a while now.
Yeah.
Because no one else knows anything about him.
And then it's a trap
Colgiltis
fire elemental.
was the name that you heard from Longhall. Colgiltis.
Cole, not Bowl.
Colgiltis.
Colgiltis.
Cool builders.
Does that ring any bells?
Not to me. I only know Bobiltis.
Does it ring any bells? I'm gonna do religion.
Sure.
15.
I would also like to do an Arcana or History.
Sure.
Or 22.
Still no recognition from any kind of source that you have. But Zaith, knowing a lot about the etymology of names and naming conventions, the similarity to this means in some way, shape, or form a relative to each other. So Bobiltis versus Colgiltis.
Daddy.
Which one's Daddy?
Which one's daddy?
In my notes it says who's Daddy.
Who's your daddy?
That's a good place to close the book on the story tonight. We will pick up next episode and see what's happening in Ungol Forest. And so to Meg, Evan, Jeremy, and Kate, our players, thank you for playing with us. And for all of you watching at home, thank you for joining us on this adventure through the fantasy realm of Beardsgaard. If you like this adventure, like the video, leave a comment, share, subscribe, click all the buttons and doodads, and keep up on all the magic. Have a good night.